You are listening to Practical and Woo by Mindset and Manifest. My name is Eden, and I invite you to embark on a journey with me to explore the practical and spiritual edges of the unknown for the purpose of allowing you to embody and empower yourself uniquely as you are, and to intentionally create and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. Each week, I'm going to discuss topics such as energetics, reality creation, manifestation, astrology, tarot, human design, and more to help empower you to live beyond perceived limitations and to practically design your life so it feels like absolute magic every step of the way. Let's dive in. Well, hello, brilliant soul. Have you ever considered that you are made up of the same material as the stars, the galaxies, the universe, and everything that is? The base elements, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc., are discoverable in stars and are all in you. Hello, beautiful star. When I first heard that from a well timed meme on the internet, I remember feeling so lit up. It really makes you think. Think of the expansive potentiality of all things. Think of the why of it all. Candidly, before I started this podcast, a podcast I'd like to add, I named Practical and Woo. I felt shy to share my spiritual and otherworldly insights with just anyone. I felt afraid that I would be judged, ridiculed, subjected to a corner of society typecast as too woo. And here we are now, me bearing my insights and often my vulnerabilities through the vehicle of transient sound waves. One of the reasons I felt so concerned to share my perceptions is that I was finding for myself the inherent truth in what I was learning, observing, and embodying. And I felt afraid that the power and potential of my explorations would be lost to another, unable to support them in empowering themselves to utilize the fullness of their innate ability, the fullness of the amenities that life has to offer. But I came to realize that I am not responsible for another's life, nor should I be, because the magic of one discovering for themselves the knowing of whatever it is that their journey illuminates is one of the greatest gifts of magic ever known. If you are finding yourself in my world, continuing to be drawn back for a moment, a season, or a lifetime, then do know that I take seriously my responsibility to you, my responsibility to meet you where you are and to hold you in the light of your highest potential. It is my intention through this podcast to do just that. You, my dear star, are capable of achieving, amassing, of having anything and everything you desire. Any dream will do. You, my dear star, have everything you already need to accomplish the acquisition. If you can see it in your mind, then it is meant to be yours. But the hang up that we so often have is the question of how. How do I get there? How do I get out of my own way? How do I go forth? How do I live fully as I am desiring to live? A feeling of frustration looms like a shadowy haze over a light desire. I want this, but how? I want more money, but how? I want to have all my dreams come true, but how? I hear you. I feel you. Contemplating and wondering how is a portal that yields the perpetuation of wondering, a cycle of doubt, and an energetic pushing away of your desire that you're aiming towards. We are unearthing here yet another inherent paradox of energetic creation. Aim for what you desire, but don't wonder how it'll come to be, because as you focus on how, you're then constantly left wondering. How opens you up to question not only the having of your desire, but also invites you to question your deservingness. Thoughts like, maybe this isn't meant for me, or doubts like, I can't be the one to accomplish this first. So, what do you do about the inquisitive how? As a mechanism, the question of how invites you to brainstorm and solution generate for present moment curiosities. I'd also like to add that the response derived from how is one that comes from your mind and is one that is based in logic. For example, you might say, I am hungry for lunch. How can I satiate this hunger? Solutions can start to come to mind. I can satiate my hunger by thinking of the foods that I'm in the mood for. Hmm, now how do I get that food? I can get ingredients and cook it. I can order it from a restaurant. I can ask a friend for assistance. As a mechanism of the mind, how is a bridge for accomplishing near to you tasks, namely tasks and goals that are based in the logic of the identity that you're presently living in. It is possible for me to satiate my need for lunch because I am located in a place where there is access to food, access to information on how to prepare and receive that food, and other resources that also allow that to be possible. But what if your fullest potential and your deepest dreams exist in an identity, a perceptual realm that is different than the one you're presently operating in? Let's say you're fresh out of school and your dream is to own and operate your own Fortune 500. If you apply the question of how to your dream at that specific stage, you are inviting yourself to open up the energetic portal of doubting your ability to get there. In doing this, you run the risk of doubting yourself, your capability, your worthiness of having it in the first place. But if you can see it in your mind, it is meant to be yours. Asking yourself how denies the potency of your ability. What's the alternative? Where how is a mechanism of the mind, the questions of who, what, and why are mechanisms of the heart. For clarity, when I say heart here, I'm talking about that inner space that dreams, that guides, that knows the deepest truth of you. When you allow yourself to discern and commit to the questions of who do I intend to be? What am I aiming for? And why? You are inviting yourself into a mechanism of reality creation that yields fulfillment. When you ask yourself, who do I intend to be in life? You are allowing yourself to choose your values and hold yourself to a standard of being that is capable of achieving what you're desiring. When you ask yourself, what am I aiming for? You get to decide what it is that you really, really want and hold a vision of it in your mind's eye. When you ask yourself why, you are allowing yourself to know the purity of your motivations. The cumulative response to these three questions produces emotions within you, emotions that carry with them the bodily sensations and vibrational resonance to aid you in arriving at the seemingly impossible goal that your how previously disqualified. Next time you find yourself asking how towards a heart led question, invite yourself into the process of laying down your how and inquire who, what, and why instead. Until next time.